It always gives me immense pleasure to return to the Parents' Tao Te Ching, a new interpretation, Ancient Advice for Modern Parents by William Martin. And the one I'm going to read today is Encourage Natural Desires. Don't be misled. God has no desires. How can that which contains all want for anything else? Yet all true desires have their fulfillment in God. Your children will face natural and unnatural desires. All natural desires are naturally fulfilled. Those who chase unnatural desires will never find rest. If you can help your children distinguish between these two, they will live contented, happy lives. If you can help your children distinguish between these two, they will live contented, happy lives. William Martin says we all naturally desire to love and be loved, to belong, to dance and sing, to find and live our bliss. Show your children that these desires will find their satisfaction in the natural unfolding of things. This is a difficult task for those of us who have trained to support the economy by remaining continuously unsatisfied. Our children hear far more advertising hours each and every week. Then they hear our own voices in our month. Can you show them by your own actions how true happiness can be found in loving, living, and dancing? Now, what a profound learning that comes through these pages. And every time I read the Tao Te Ching for parents, I realize it's meant for us who are parenting to first mend our broken pieces. Our incompleteness has to move towards, has to shift towards a sense of completeness and fulfillment. And unless the unrest within us settles, how can we present a placid, calm surface to our children? We are washing them again and again, over and over, with very high tides of restlessness. And it's these restlessnesses that are causing our children to become very unnaturally unhappy. And like Tao says, if they are desiring things which are unnatural, and what I gather from this is that when we desire for more than the wealth that is needed for happy survival and joy in this life, if we are just endlessly thinking about adding more material things at the cost of the environment, at the cost of other people, if we are trampling on other people's wishes and desires to fulfill ours, if we are ruthless in our outlook in nature, if we are depriving others of simple joys of life just to fulfill our material whims, that's the unnatural path we are all taking. And as William says, that it's not the participation or support of an economy, it's whether the economy is correctly oriented or not. And that's why when we look at the billions of dollars being spent on advertising, the first core tenet of advertising industry is to point out how deficient, how much in lack, how incomplete and how imperfect you and I are. We are carrying more weight than needed. We are too thin. Our arteries are getting blocked. Our bladders are leaking. Most ads begin with a message of insecurity. Too dark a color is what we have on our faces. That needs a certain makeup product to lighten up the shades. To be more acceptable, we need to do some of these things. And the more advertising we are exposing our children to, the more feeling of lack and insufficiency and incompleteness is arising within them. And are we happy to see the restlessness mounting, the desperation increasing for the next gizmo, for the next product? There is a continuum of insatiability, and unfortunately, we are caught in the web. We are enticed and seduced by advertising. Think about all this and encourage only natural desires. Thank you for listening and keep coming back for more Tao wisdom.